Hey, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's having a good day. So today, first off, let me thank my subscribers. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Also, if you have any questions or comments, you can hit me up at foxjunk73@gmail.com, or you can leave it below and I'll try to answer it when I got time. So if you looked at the thumbnail, today I'm working on an exhaust system on Project Field Snake. Specifically, first part of this video is going to be focused on H-pipe fitment, H-pipe hangers, how I install my H-pipe. I know a lot of you guys, OG Fox bodies, like, I don't even watch this damn video on how to install H-pipe. Well, let me tell you what, I've been doing this for probably 25 years. 79 pace cars out there, it's got a Mac H-pipe on it that I put on eons ago. And I still learn how to do stuff. Everything changes. Not all aftermarket pipes are made the same. Not all ball flanges fit the same. Not all the hangers are welded on in the right spot. One manufacturer's good, one manufacturer's bad. So not all of them fit the same. This setup I got here, I bought through Summit off eBay probably a year and a half ago for Project Field Snake. It's back when the emissions was cracking down on all these H-pipes. So they put some of their H-pipes on eBay. Now I think they were on there super cheap. So I think they were kind of maybe their blemished pipes. I had to repair this one where the ball socket goes on the flow tube side. I did that yesterday. I should have videoed it, but I didn't. I'll just kind of show you that part real quick. I'm going to focus right now on the ball flange. I'm running OEM headers on this 93 Cobra. Everything under the hood I'm put back basically 100% correct. I did run some different valve covers, a little bit different, but that's it. So as far as headers, I wanted to run stock style headers. I had a set that I media blasted. They look brand new. They look amazing. I know they're stock headers. How amazing can they be? But anyway, when I bolted, I have another set of stock headers. I always try to test fit my headers on my ball flange before I put the H-pipe on the car. But if you're anything like me, 90 times out of 10, I start the damn car and I'm like, shit, I forgot to check it. And it always leaks between the H-pipe and the header if you're running most of the time. Now, sometimes you get lucky, they'll seal up, but 9 times out of 10 they don't. If you build Fox bodies, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show you this ball flange on this one, and I have one of them that I've already fixed, and one is how it is bolted up if you would just put it on the car. So let's check this out. So here on the table today, I've got the H-pipe that I'm going to be using on this car to show you guys how to install H-pipes on these cars, and I'm going to show you how I make them before I install them on the car. So right here is what I'm talking about. 99% of them always leak in between your ball flange on your header and the H-pipe that you're installing on the car. Now, I've already corrected the fitment on this one, and what I normally do is I'll take a hammer, my trusty hammer. This one is a body hammer, and I'll set it on top of that flange, and I'll just tap it with another hammer on top, and I'll work it around until it sits nice and flush like it's supposed to. Now, this is what it looked like when I started. This is the other side. You see the massive gap I had all the way around. Now, sometimes you get lucky and it'll seal down inside where that gap is at. I haven't been very lucky with these H-pipes in my life. But I try to do them like this, bend this down, get it to where it seals up, and how it fits really nice. Now, yesterday I should have filmed this. Now, another thing I want to tell you is when you order new parts, take them out of the box. Don't be a moron like me and leave them in the corner and wait a year and 6 months or however long it's been. And make sure the item you bought doesn't have any issues. So that's what this is. Yeah. So yesterday I got everything out to try to make sure this is how it's supposed to look. Flow tube, ball flange, nice good seal. Awesome, amazing, right? Fits nice and tight, no gaps. Now, when I took this out of the box, this is what it looked like. Now, mind you, I cut this off of this pipe and welded this piece back on, this one right here. But this is what the flare looked like. You think that would have sealed? I don't think so. So, I bought this. It was an adapter part from LMR. So I bought that adapter from LMR a couple weeks ago. I thought I was just going to maybe, it's 2.5, just like the pipe. I was able to cut it, butt weld it, and this is what it looks like. So that's what it looks like with the bracket on it. You can't even see where I welded it on. It's going to look nice, perfect. Now, hangers. On these H-pipes, I don't know about you guys, but every time I try to put an H-pipe, this is where the hanger was welded on. They're right there. Every time I try to put an aftermarket H-pipe on a Fox, that hanger's either in the wrong spot, it's at the wrong angle, my transmission cross member hanger's bent, and it fits like just complete ass. So, what I started doing a long time ago was I'll cut the hangers off of those completely, dress the pipe back up with a nice grinder, little roll lock wheel 36, clean it up, make it nice and smooth pipe, clean up the hangers that I took off, and then once I get the H-pipe the way I want it, stock headers under the car, I'll weld those hangers back on the H-pipe and go back over it with some high temp aluminized paint so they don't rust. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get field snake excuse me, I'm going to get field snake up in the air, get the H-pipe bolted on, and then once I get that on there, I'll show you how it fits. Oh yeah, let's check this out real quick. As promised. Damn, son. So I'm really OCD as far as restoration and the way I do stuff on cars. I talk a lot of shit to people about lipstick Fox bodies and, you know, people just throwing shit together. These are the valve covers I was talking about. These are 94, 95 Cobra. I know they're not right for a 93, but I like them. Now I do have some 93 coated date wire plug wires for this car, but I'm not going to put them on there because if you know anything about 93 Cobras, they sell for about $300 a set if you have a nice set. So that gets kind of ridiculous. This is a flat intake. You guys know the difference between early and late intakes. This is an early car, summer 383. So I got my airbag sensors all cleaned up, bolts all redone. I got decals coming for the radiator support, airbox and stuff's in the trunk, maps in the trunk. Got all this all nice, shiny, looking brand new. So, new master cylinder, booster, everything under this thing is new. So, that's just... Okay, oh, there's the factory headers that I had blasted and cleaned up. They look really, really nice. And when you start these, they'll turn a nice blue tint and they look really cool. So, until they get surface rust. But, you know, most of my cars stay in the garage once they're done and they don't really rust. So, today's just the H-pipe. First off, first step, I'm going to get this on the car, show you guys what it looks like, and as soon as I get it on there, we'll get back onto flow tubes, mufflers, and tailpipes. I'll show you how I make my tailpipes fit, what brand they are, and my opinions on makes, brands, and which ones are the best. So stay tuned. And boom, just like that, we got the H-pipe on. Almost magic. So if you notice in the back here, I use some high temp aluminized paint to where I welded those flares on the back of the H-pipe. Looks really nice. I've got the hangers just sit in place. What I'll do is, where that jack stand's holding the H-pipe up, I'll put a couple paint sticks in between the jack stand and the H-pipe to lift the H-pipe up about 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch. So it'll once I weld the hangers up, it'll give me some resistance on the hanger. It'll actually hang on the hanger, not the headers. So that's kind of important to put a little bit of spacer in between the jack stand first and then weld up that hanger back to the H-pipe, then pull the paint sticks back up, put some resistance on that factory hanger instead of it on the headers. So I measured in between the flow tubes. Stock H-pipe, it was 7.5. This one's measured like right at 9 1/4, center to center. I'll get my flow tubes and my mufflers mocked up and see how much I have to cut off the flow tubes. For those of you who don't know, the flow tubes that you get aftermarket are 79 to 04, so you've got to cut those down. So, let me get out from under this car, show you what I'm talking about. So this is the mufflers. So I'm old school. I like old Flowmaster 2 chambers, but they're getting hard to find and they're expensive. Cars like this, I build, sell, whatever. I don't want to put a ton of money. I've already got more money in this car than most of you would probably even imagine. However, I've been running these Jones full bore mufflers for probably, I think, 10 years. There's a set on my son's 93. They've been on there for 7 years. They're starting to get a light surface rust. So that's about my only complaint. The coating or paint or whatever they put on them, the high temp paint, doesn't last very long. My old pace car behind me, it's got a set of old school 2 chambers on it. They've been on that car for over 20 years. And they're not rusty at all. Now, granted, the car doesn't ever get driven in rain, doesn't see bad weather other than sitting outside, but they look brand new. Tailpipes, for you OG Fox body guys that remember Mac tailpipes, 93 Cobras and LXs. People say they're the same. They're not. The 93 Cobra tailpipe hangs about 2 inches lower in the rear than an LX pipe does to give you a gap between the bumper and the tailpipe to keep from distorting the bumper and messing up the paint. However, the LMR tailpipes that I run, because those are the only ones that I've found that I really care for that look kind of OEM. Flowmaster makes an LX tailpipe. I don't like the way it cut. It looks like an unfinished pipe if you look behind the tire. I don't care for the way it looks, but that's just my opinion. So the LMR pipes, I'll cut both hangers off the pipes completely, dress them up. That'll give me a lot of maneuverability once I get it under the car, over the rear end. I can put the pipe wherever I want it and then weld the hangers back on. I'll show you the hangers on this pipe, then I'll get the muffler or flow tube mocked up under the car, show you that they're longer, how much you have to cut as far as where you want the muffler and the tailpipe to sit. Now that's a big thing. You got to make sure you have everything kind of mocked up before you weld it in, because once it's welded, that's it. So let me show you this real quick. So that's the Jones muffler. Always test fit your flow tubes. Make sure, because I've had some of these that weren't, these are 2.5s. They weren't flared enough. They don't fit really well. And I did the same thing with the tailpipes in the back. Now this is a U set of tailpipes I bought before I moved back to Kentucky. These are the hangers I'm talking about. These are too short. This is what I'll buy. If you see how much longer that hanger is compared to the one that's on it. Now I won't use the full length of that hanger, but probably about that much. Give me another 1.5 to 2 inches of clearance for their bumper cover in the back. That's one thing I wish, you know, LMR, if you're watching, make these for a 93 Cobra. Just a little bit longer hanger so we don't have to do stuff like this. It's not a one thing fits all. You know, these cars are different. So now up front, I've never liked this hanger. I don't even put this one back on. I'll cut that off completely. I always weld my hanger just like the factory one. I'll put it right there on the muffler. And you'll have to put about a 45-degree bend in the middle of that hanger to hang on the hanger off the body of the car. But it looks way cleaner than what that looks. That to me looks kind of ghetto. So I'll get these mufflers. Get the mufflers and the flow tubes in position, and then I'll show you what I got. All right, so we back. I've been working at this a couple hours. So a lot of this is just cut, put back up, cut, put back up. You know, measure once or measure 13 times, cut once, maybe twice. But on this right here, I've got both sides mocked up. Nothing's welded in place. I'll go underneath the car, show you what it looks like. Tailpipes fit really good in the back. Everything is level. On the driver's side, show you real quick here. So on the driver's side flow tube, the new flow tubes, I cut 3 inches out of the driver's side flow tube, and I took about 3.25 out of the passenger side flow tube. Now that being said, there's a bunch of room between the inlet of the muffler inside the muffler. You could probably not cut those, but if you leave that much metal inside the pipe, you don't have any give in the flow tube and the muffler. So if you've got to move the pipe, or you've got to cock the pipe or angle it a certain direction, the more pipe you have in the muffler, the harder it's going to be to move that piece of muffler, or move that muffler to where you need it. So let me show you what I'm talking about underneath the car. So, all right. So sorry for the piss poor lighting here. It's not too bad. So on the passenger side over there, got it all mocked up. Got the level gauge put on there. It's very level. So is the driver's side. I put the level on this as well. Got the bolts in place. Nothing super tight. So everything's going to move forward probably about 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4 when I tighten everything up. So we're going to do back here. So in the back, everything fits super good. I got no clearance issues, which is kind of unusual for the LMR tailpipes. Now on the back, I haven't got the hangers put on the inside of the pipe yet, so I've got to get that done. So I don't want to get that done or not. So, but yep, everything's coming along. Everything's super nice. Everything's fitting super well. Everything is clean. As you can see, it's dark outside. So we'll probably get this welded up tomorrow. get this video posted tomorrow. Just wanted to get this part done, show you how I get these done. You see how nice and level the exhaust is. It's not drooping down. There's nothing I can't stand worse than looking at a Fox body from the side and it's just droopy aftermarket exhaust hanging under it. Looks like shit. So, oh, let's check out the tailpipes. I've got a lot of lighting in here. I got the tailpipes being held up. They fit really well. Got the same gaps. Sorry for the lighting, guys and gals. They stick out about 1.5 inches or 2 from the bumper. Like I said, they will move in a little bit around here. And that's just the passenger side. Got it level. I tack everything up. So we'll finish this video tomorrow. Get the bottom of this thing done. Again, just showing you guys how to do the exhaust on these cars. If you don't want to go to a muffler shop, and like I said, I've been working on it about 4 hours total. Start to where I'm at now. But I'm old and I'm slow, so that's just how it rolls sometimes. So we'll get this video finished up tomorrow and we'll get it downloaded, and stick with us. Alright, so I got everything welded on this morning. I dropped the cat back after I did the bottom side of the flow tubes and the bottom side of the tailpipes. That way you can get to the top. Once I get that done, I'll scuff it down, put on some luminized paint so it cover up the welds around the flow tubes and the tailpipe so they don't rust really bad. Keeps the moisture out of them welds. I'll crawl into the car one more time. Let me know what you guys think. I think it turned out really nice. Like I said, if you guys got any questions on this, just hit me up. It's the old lady. foxjunk73@gmail.com, or question, comment below, and I'll be more than glad to help you guys out any way I can. Like I said, if you're not afraid to tackle this, it's not that hard versus taking it to a muffler shop. I mean, they'll do probably just as good a job. Well, maybe not, because you know it's your car and you're gonna probably do it better than most people. So let me know what you guys think. Let's check this out real quick. Oh. So crawl over here, grab a light. Sorry about that. All right, so we got the center part welded. Got some luminized high temp paint on that. I got the flow tubes welded on the muffler all around. Got some high temp paint on those. Also, tailpipes to the muffler. Everything is super tucked up into the car. Nothing's hanging down. Looks really well. I'll show you guys how I cut the hangers for the mufflers on the back. So that's how I did the hanger to the stock hanger off the body. Just cut them and kind of, you can see, kind of bend them 45-degree angle. Like I said, the weld on that's kind of fat. It's hard to weld upside down. Do the best I can. So now, also I did take the fuel tank down after I had the tailpipes mocked up. It was a mock-up fuel tank anyway. Got a brand new one I'm gonna put in it tomorrow. I've also got to take the bumper reinforcement down and blast it. I just threw all that on the car when I moved here from Utah, and that way I had somewhere to put it. So I've got to take that off and clean it up and paint it. But other than that, the bottom of this car is looking amazing. Oh yeah, if you see how long the hangers are over there, let's see, as compared to the LMR hangers, are super short. That's how long the Cobra ones need to be to clear the bumper. So I'll crawl out from under here and show you that. So that's the tailpipes. They fit really, really well. I'm happy with the whole exhaust. It's probably the best one I've done, I think. So, again, this is just how I do my exhaust systems. If you watched the whole video, thanks for watching. My subscribers, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. If you ain't subscribed, please do so. Probably get the fuel tank in this tomorrow. I'm hoping to get it running this weekend. Stay tuned. And again, thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. Y'all have a good day.